Hey everybody, welcome back. It's our long anticipated return. We're doing another tier list today on the Kendrick and Drake beef. I'm here with my friend Will.
Hey, it's me, Will.
All right,
Should
guys.
we should we talk about what we each probably look for in a diss? Because we definitely for a diss track, there's certain things you look for which puts a diss track over others.
Oh yeah,
For
we can do that.
me, for me, I thought it'd be cool to mention because I don't know if it's different for us. For me, it's gotta be quality of the diss, quality of the song itself, because if it's a bad song then no one wants to listen to the bad diss, and then also the impact, which is why I think it's good that we're doing this a week later, because now all of these have been sitting for a year and we get to see how the disses have like really impacted everything.
Yeah. For me, I agree with impact. Um, I think a good disc has a long cultural effect. Like people still talk about Pusha T dissing Drake with the story of Adonis because it had such a big impact. And I think having something that's like unforgettable is a really big deal. Because then people will talk
Hmm.
about it for years and years to come, and you'll
I think
never
that's the
live that
same as
down.
impact.
Yeah, that's probably the same as impact. But that's how I view impact. Um, I'm looking for on a diss track, good writing. I think good writing is very key. Um, and I guess just other basic things I would look for in a rap song, just like good flow, good beat, stuff like that. But I do think impact is the most important. Um, and some
I agree.
bombshells. I do like we don't you don't need
Yeah, you need
bombshells in a
some
diss
juice
track.
in there.
Like you could like I feel like we'll talk about the individual songs in a
If a
minute.
diss is sauceless then it
Yeah.
kind of.
Like you can
But
have
yeah,
a diss track without
impact.
a bombshell, but like you throw in some big thing in there, dude, that's one
Then
hell of a
people
diss
start
track.
talking about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
that leads into impact. But yeah, impact and like quality of the diss slash writing, definitely the two most important. Are we just gonna go in order?
Yeah, I have them ordered from release date, and then I have 7 Minute Drill and the Metro song in the back,
BBL Drizzy.
just because I don't know which way they went or when they came out, comparison to the other songs. So I guess we just start with
Like
Like That.
that.
Song's incredible, bro. I love this
Like
song.
that's interesting, right? Because this is where it all starts. Because the
Hmm.
rest of these are like real diss tracks. Like that is kind of like it's a song first, a call out second.
Call
You
it
know,
second, and it's really just Kendrick doing the call out.
yeah, it's really just Kendrick doing the call out
I
here.
mean, the whole album is a call out in
So
a sense, but specifically for this song, it's Kendrick.
that how would we want to rank this then? Because like as a diss track, it's nowhere near a lot of the others on this
Yeah,
tier list in
it's
terms of a diss. But as a song itself, it's the best song on this tier
oh,
list.
without a doubt. Yeah, I'm having like it's gonna be hard because I look at this list and I see so many S tier worthy songs, but for the sake of ranking them as diss tracks, I don't think I think this is gonna be a solid A tier probably, and I'll explain why. I think Like That was an incredible call out. I think the hype this song had before coming out, and then just for us to find out it was a diss track is incredible. Because you had that whole you had Travis getting them to play the hook or the whatever or the first verse. I don't remember what it was. It was either the hook or the first verse at
It was
Future and
Future's
Metro's
verse, yeah.
yeah at Future and Metro's show, and that took over social media. Like everyone was talking about how
Yeah.
good that song sounded, and then it comes out and it has a hidden Kendrick feature on it. That's incredible. Like that
I
impact
mean,
alone was insane. People still talk about that night, bro. And I think
yeah,
that's
that was
incredible.
crazy. I also this has a lot of um a lot of relevancy for the fact that the first diss track, the first Drake call out was number 1 in the world for 3 weeks on Billboard. Like it was everywhere. Kind of like how Not Like Us kind of became like that was everywhere,
Like
which
that
I
was
think
everywhere.
had a big impact there.
It's
I'd
super
put
memorable,
it
dude. The motherfuck the big three, dude.
Motherfuck the big three.
Bomb.
I think it's A tier.
I think it's A tier. I want to put it in S tier just because this is like top
It's
three
just
from
like
this whole
it's
section for me, but I don't think I could put it in the same tier as some of these other songs that are going to go in S tier.
the thing is we gotta know like the rest of these are like real diss
Yeah, the
tracks,
rest
and
of
you
these are like
gotta draw
real
the
diss
line.
tracks. Or
A
I mean, I
tier
still
as
think like
like
that is a
a,
diss track, but like it
but
is
like
not the
it's
same.
not on the same
It's
level.
not like the back and forth that we got in like April, May. Like this is like the start of
Yeah.
it. Like this was like the prelude to what came. Is I think is a good way
Should
to
we do
put it.
7 minute drill before push-ups?
We
Because
can
this
then.
was the second one.
Yeah, we can do that then. Um,
Okay, so this song is ass.
yeah, we just talked about this before we started recording because I re-listened to it and I heard the beat and I kind of like I had kind of forgot how it sounded because it's been a minute since I tuned in on it, but
The
the
beat in
beat
trance
is
is,
incredible. I love the beat,
I love it.
but I it's wasted on a very bad diss track, and the song is catchy, um, but the actual disses here are just not good. Like the whole I hate the album when he talks about all of Kendrick's albums because first of all, the Section 80, like erasing that album is criminal. The album's great. So hearing him skip over that album, talk about Good Kid, say what T-Pab was sleepy, Damn is his best
Yo, that
album,
shit was tragic.
and calling Mr. Morale tragic is just wrong. First of all, I don't understand how you call T-Pab sleepy. Like,
Well,
it's a
I don't
great
know if
album.
Cole himself believes it. He's just trying to,
Yeah, but
you know,
but he's just saying
diss
stuff,
Kendrick.
and it's just like it's not good. Like
I think of like all the parts of this song I have a problem with. That's probably near the end, honestly.
I just think it's such a weak. I think that's such a weak part, and he goes on he that like section lasts for a few seconds. Like it's like not like something that's just like skipped over quickly.
I think I think just across the board, this has some of the weakest disses of anything on here.
Yeah.
First of all, he interpolates the Jay-Z diss track between in the Jay-Z and Nas beef early 2000s through a lot of lines with was it dropping hard verse every 30 months or some, and then the album part you mentioned, actually never mind, I messed that up. It's just a drop a hard verse, but it's weird to me to go that route of interpolating a diss track that also lost in that battle. I've always thought that was weird. And
Mm-hmm.
then also just the Simpsons bar, him
Oh, the
calling
Simpson
Kendrick
part's not
short a
good.
lot. A lot of it is just kind of Cole going, "Hey, you don't want to mess with me. I'll fuck you up, shorty."
And
But
then he
like,
deleted it.
there's just yeah, then he deleted it. There's just nothing
Yeah,
intimidating about it. And I was really disappointed because I mean, we're both Cole fans. I don't think you were a Cole fan when this dropped,
I was
but
not. I got
I
converted.
was really I was hoping he'd go in, man. But yeah, it's trash. I'd
Yeah,
put it like D
I
tier.
think I was thinking the same thing. It's not the worst on here, but it's still pretty
There's
bad.
worse on this.
Yeah. Anyways, push-ups. This is a good one. Push-ups was a
I
good
really like
snapback.
push-ups.
I really enjoyed it.
It was good. Yeah. Good
Um,
beat.
good beat. I like there's a lot of memorable moments. I think Drake making fun of Kendrick for being short here actually works. It's very much was meant to be a surface level song that then got deeper with Family Matters, and I think it does a good
Hmm.
job with that because I mean I think the transition uh to Family
Yeah.
Matters on this song, like this was very clearly like the warm up, and I forget what he says at the end. It's the he talks about day free at the end. I think that's a very good like, giving you a little bit but not giving you too much, saving some of the deeper stuff for later on in the beef. I think that was a very good response, all things considered. You
I
have the
think
Metro shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. That was pretty iconic
yes.
for a
That's a
while.
great line.
So that's a really good line. I like the paraphrase. I like the uh I think it's on this one where he says, I'm like, I know you like to keep it short, so let me paraphrase. I think that's a really funny bar. This felt very like I think this
I think that's Family Matters, actually.
is that actually I don't know. That is one thing about Family Matters and push-ups. They do blend in a good bit just because the overlap, to me at least.
Yeah.
Which is not the best thing. You know, I feel like all of Kendrick's songs throughout the beef really stood out from one another. So your two biggest songs kind of having a little bit of overlap is not great, but it's not bad. And also, I want to say this is probably the most like my favorite era of Drake is like 2015. This feels very 2015 Drake to me. Like
Hmm.
he's very intense with it. He's very energetic. He still has like that like fun corniness to him that you have with like old Drake and Cole, where there are some like cheesy, corny bars, but not like in like a cringy way. Like they just like I don't know how to describe it, but like if you listen to like that old Drake, like nothing was the same, or if you're reading this is too late, there's some bars on there that are corny, but they kind of hit, and I really like that aspect of older Drake, and I feel like this song is the closest we've gotten to that in years.
Hmm. I think this is really good. Like you're just saying, I think this along with Family Matters is some of the best rapping Drake has done since like if you're reading this era. But also, I think they're I like a lot of the lines on this one. Some of my favorites, how the fuck you big stepping with the size 7 bands on. I
Yeah, that's a good
always
one.
found
That's a
that
funny
funny.
one.
I like the part where he's making fun of Kendrick for doing these features on pop songs while being like a man of the culture. I always thought was funny. And I also really like the chorus.
Drop and give me 50. Oh,
Uh,
you cut out.
dropping Gimme 50. Yeah, just talking about how TDE kind of extorted Kendrick. I think that's a really smart way of doing it. It's a catchy song, catchy beat. Um, like his flow is really good on this. I like his flow on this too. And then, like you said earlier, I think in retrospect, the way this leads into Family Matters is really cool. Like he kind of like dripped in a lot of the things he would then go on to on Family Matters, and it goes straight into it. I think it is a good diss track.
I did
I like
too.
it a lot.
Although it does have
I
the
think,
what SZA got you wiped down bar, the age
yeah,
poorly, but
that's
it's
weird.
funny, it's
That's the
catchy.
thing though with these Drake ones is that a lot of stuff ages poorly. Way more so in Family Matters.
Yeah,
But across Drake's like whole thing ages poorly. Like for instance, in this diss track, he says like, number wise, I'm out of here. Y'all not fucking creeping up, something like
yeah,
that,
that did
and then
not
proceeded
happen.
to get absolutely bodied in the numbers game after the diss. A lot of things Drake says don't really hold up, but at the time, this was pretty good, and I still do think it's good. I think this is just a good song,
I also
and
like
I
the
like
picture a
it.
lot. I think this is a solid picture right here.
Yes, I seven mans.
Yeah, I think this is B tier. I like this song a lot. This
I
song's
think I
good.
agree.
Tailor Made. I think this is F. I
That's a
don't.
weird song.
It's. I remember hearing this for the first time, like after
We were in Waffle
push-ups.
House.
Were we in Waffle
Do
House
you remember
together?
that?
I
Yeah,
don't. I don't.
we were in Waffle House when this dropped. Do you not remember that?
I don't
We were
remember.
listening
I
to it in
remember.
Waffle House.
I remember how I felt after hearing it, but I don't remember that. But I mean, that makes sense. We were at Waffle House a ton. Um, but I remember like listening to this and feeling like it's just like, what the hell was that? Like I was so disappointed that like you come off of push-ups and you put out like such a distasteful song with like Tupac AI and Snoop AI, and it was such like I don't know. It was just stupid. Like I don't know what else to say besides the fact that it felt stupid. It felt disrespectful, and it felt like it had like no taste, like no respect for the arts at all.
Well, I'm gonna devil's advocate here because these are honestly all things I like about TaylorMade. Honestly, as a diss track, I think going after the culture that Kendrick kind of stands on and leans on by imitating them with AI voices as the ultimate form of disrespect to the culture, I think is a really smart move in a diss battle. I think it's really smart the idea of talking to Kendrick as kind of idols, in a sense, in the rap game. I like all of that. What I do want to say, and what I think leaves this an F, is there are so many terrible lines. Him talking with this Tupac AI saying, mm, talk about how Drake likes young girls. There's so many lines
That
like
was
that
crazy.
that like make me think like this one made me realize even after push-ups I thought this guy can't hold his own in this battle. What is he doing? Why is
Yeah.
he making this? The AI is weird. It's weird. I hate any AI in music. Um, and whether, I've seen debates about like, does it really matter in a diss battle? I think it does when you got one of the biggest artists in the world promoting AI in one of his songs. It's just, that's always going to be weird to me,
And
even if I do like the way that he used it. But like, even if I do like the idea behind the song, it's just so dog shit.
and
So many terrible lines. I don't know what he was thinking.
I agree with the whole because I think him attacking the culture that Kendrick stands on is a good angle, but I think the execution on it is so bad and distasteful,
I agree.
and using AI to do that is the worst way possible. And there's another song from the diss that Kendrick makes that we'll get to where he's rapping from another person's perspective, just as himself. And I think that's so much more effective. And just
It
Kendrick being able
definitely
to
is.
do that, like, especially even still tanks this song even further.
Yeah, I agree. Just F tier.
Yeah, shit song. Drake lost the beef there. Buried
I
Alive,
can't agree there.
Buried Alive Part 2.
No, Euphoria's before.
Oh, Euphoria is before my
Euph-
fault.
Buried Alive came out the same night as Family Matters.
Okay, okay,
I think
okay.
it came out like a few minutes after
I don't know.
Family
I
Matters.
literally learned that Buried Alive Part 2 existed like a week ago. I thought that was crazy because I was
That's
so
crazy.
in touch with this stuff and I missed that one. But anyways,
That's wild.
Euphoria, dude, this song,
I mean, it's S.
this is S tier. This
Like
song is legendary. 7 minutes
this is
straight
the best
of nonstop
song.
jabs. And
It's
he
the
does the
best diss
same
in
thing.
the whole piece.
I agree. And he does this, I feel like he does everything push-ups did, but so much better. You keep it with a bunch of like friendly surface level jabs, but like you slowly start teasing things that you talk about and Meet the Grams and Not Like Us. Like the I make music that electrify, you make music that pacify. I could double down on that line, but it's very this time because random acts of kindness. That's a crazy opener for this whole song. Um, what are you gonna say?
I think Euphoria is I just wanted to bring up this about Euphoria. I think it really is like it wasn't the knockout punch that Meet the Grams and Not Like Us. Like that 1-2 combo like ended the battle. But like Euphoria really let you know like Drake stands no chance. Cause
Yeah,
even at Kendrick, like even when Kendrick wasn't trying to end the battle here, he really kind of ended it. He went all in, so many good lines
dude, the
throughout the entire
YNW
thing.
Melly line is crazy. That line's insane.
I love the Pusha T reference. I love the sexy red poppin' ass line. There's just a lot of good thing. I love the ending part where he's talking about being a dad and Drake wouldn't know what that's like.
Dude.
It's just this just really feels like Kendrick just saying everything that's wrong with Drake
Also,
and before he gets into attacking the specific parts he hates the most later on. This felt like a full frontal attack, and also as a song it's fucking perfect. I
it's
love how he
insane.
starts with the slow kind of like piano part. He's reeling you in. Then it goes into that Cardo beat. Uh, sounds like kind of like rigor mortis like. I love that. And then the beat switch,
Dude,
another beat switch,
oh my
which
gosh.
goes so fucking hard. I love the whole song.
Yeah. My favorite lines on the song are it's like tell them where you get your abs from. V12, that's a fast one. I think that's such a
Yeah, it's a good
fun
one.
jab. I also want to say I love that you can feel how much fun Kendrick had making this. Like, what is it, the braids and the whole like I hate the way that you walk, the way that you dress. Um,
Yeah, his vocal inflections are
and
great.
like at the end of the song where he goes like, ooh, like that, like Kendrick just had fun on this song. You can feel his energy on this song. And like you can also like feel the hate he has towards Drake. I feel like this is the first time we really feel that in the beef, and we'll feel it later on. But
Bro felt like a psychopath
like
on the
dude,
song.
he hates this guy. And it's just such an incredible song. I remember when this drops, bro, being over in Kennesaw and like my phone blowing up. I was lucky I was in my dorm because I like booted up my computer instantly
Yeah, I was
to
blowing
listen
it
to
up.
this. Like, dude, crazy. At like 11 a.m. too on a Tuesday. What a time to be
That was
alive,
awesome.
bro. What a time to be alive. All right, we ready to move on?
Yeah.
616 in LA. I love this song. This song's so good.
This one is so underrated.
This
Can
is
we
a
first say
okay.
how good the strategy was to drop Euphoria and then 2 days later drop this only on Instagram, on nothing else? Because the whole thing is that this throughout this entire thing, Drake was only on Instagram just trying to meme his way through the battle, and Kendrick just decided to take it there and only there, so Drake had no choice but to see it. I just love that. That's
think
just funny.
it's really funny. Um, I love the narrative on this song. I love that he picks up the buried alive verse. And we get he or she picks up Drake's perspective and kind of like,
Hmm.
paints Drake out to be like selfish and everything. And you got that the transitions like it's been so long since I've listened to this song, but uh
Yeah, like he's trying to talk to God
he's
and
trying to talk
say,
to God and
forgive
he
me for what I'm about to do to this guy.
it's a crazy angle to go for. And I think that's like so cool that Kendrick was able to, in the beef still like, talk about some other things that weren't just Drake. Like he was still able to talk
They're
about
trying
like
to make a
his
story out of it.
yeah, he was still able to talk about like his own like religious struggles with this whole beef thing. And I think that's really sick that like it wasn't just constant jabs at Drake and he was able to talk about other things. And oh, I remember it's the uh God, my confession is
Yeah.
yours.
My
I
confession is
love that part.
yours.
Um yeah, it's just another great song. I think this is A tier. Also the cover, like, dude,
Oh yeah, the
what a
sneak peek for Meet the
crazy
Grams.
what a crazy like when Meet the Grams dropped seeing that and like having it like realize. Crazy.
I do want to say with 616 is that I feel like the way he went about it is way stronger than it as a diss track. It's got some good jabs on here, but overall, like as a diss track, it's not that special. But the way he went about posting it and the story he tries to tell in the first half, I think is what makes this so effective. And I think I'd put it A tier.
Mhm.
I think I'm fine with A.
Yeah, I also want to add one more thing. I think the whole angle of, like pointing suspicion into Drake's own team that he's got leaks and stuff was very smart here,
Yeah,
especially now that we know that like what this was like stuff that he left at like a hotel or whatever. Um, I think that's what it
really
was,
good
right?
strategy.
It was stuff he left at the
I
hotel
don't
or like
even remember. The
throughout.
story was weird.
Yeah, but either way, the whole
I'm not sure
cover
how much of
reflecting
that
that
is
too.
true.
That's true. I mean, you can say that about a lot of things in just like
Oh yeah,
rap
like
beefs in general.
so much
But
shit in here. I'm just saying, like everything that was believed about that. I don't think anyone knows what like really it is.
yeah, I mean, I imagine it's got some significance though. So
I was talking about Family Matters.
we're buried alive part two.
Let's do Buried Alive second because that came out after.
Okay, Family Matters. It's a
This track
pretty
is
solid track.
so fucking weird, man. Because we were talking about, or when I was bringing up what's important to me, impact. This had zero impact.
Yeah,
Like, no, like the only time you hear anyone talking about Family Matters is when Drake stands on Twitter to try to remind everyone, "Hey, this was the best song in the beef. He actually won with this." But
yeah,
like
that
no one actually talks about Family Matters, which is weird cuz it's the best of Drake's disses for sure.
I agree. I think he has a lot of good. I think the beginning part that shares the same, I guess, exit track as push-ups. It's a pretty solid. He flows well. I really like the why don't you shake that ass for Drake and shake that ass for free? But I'm not
I
talking about
hate
that
that.
kind of free.
I
I
hate
think that
that
part. I think that part's
translation.
so funny. I remember hearing that and I was like, "There's no way this is real." Like I don't know.
That just feels so weird
It's
in
so
there. I
funny.
never got it.
It's so funny. Um,
The first part is fine. The second part,
Second
dude.
part's good. I think second part
Woo.
still holds up, kinda. Um,
Kinda. There's still some lines that are very shaky, but I
there's some
mean,
shaky stuff. There is the whole, I think his old, because I mean, this is where he starts throwing shots at everyone that was,
yeah.
throwing
Yeah,
shots at
good
him.
shots at Weekend, good shots at Kendrick, good shots
Bad
at
shots
Rick
at
Ross.
Future. His Future
Bad
shot
shots at Future. I wish
sucks.
he threw more stuff at Future, man. Like,
Future like was
Future was
part
in
one of the
line.
people
Drake
that
really
started
is
it,
his biggest fan.
and his he's like,
His
what is he? He's like, I don't even
Rocky
know. There
feature.
was nothing that really happened between us or whatever. Like, as if this guy didn't put out like a soft diss on him
Yeah.
like a few months ago. Like, that was such like a weird thing to say. Like, he's just lying there. His Rocky
It's
diss
weird
is
that the
really funny.
Rocky one was the most effective and probably the only one that like really still holds up.
Yeah, it still holds up. It's just funny. It is a really good jab at Rocky. And as a ASAP
Hmm.
Rocky fan, like I can't say anything. Like he kind of just
He
called him
kind of
out.
owned Rocky.
Yeah, it was a really good shot. Um, but I
The
hope
third,
Rocky can jump back on him. I mean, Rocky did have
the
that show
third
of hands
leg of
verse, so
the third leg of this track is so fucking good.
it's
I
good.
love the third part. Again, it goes the same for the rest of this track, where a lot of the disses and a lot of the shots at Kendrick don't work.
Yeah.
They really don't work anymore.
The
As
only
a
thing
diss
that held
track,
up was
this
the
falls on
Grammy
its
line,
face. Yeah,
and
this completely falls on its face as a diss.
even
But
then,
its flow on the third part
is
is
really good.
so good.
He flows out
It,
really
it
good.
like it's like that Ratatouille clip of the critic going back in time to his child self. Like this, that felt like vintage Drake, bro. I love that part. But
But the
man, as a diss
bars,
track, shit
he
really doesn't
gets
hold up.
transphobic on it. Don't appreciate that. Um,
Why does he do that? I don't remember
it's
that.
the oh my gosh, it's the where's your uncle at? 'Cause I gotta speak to the man of the house.
Oh,
I think that was a jab for Anti Diaries. I think.
I don't know. I've never seen anyone interpret it as that way.
I just don't know what else it would be.
Yeah,
Um,
pause it. Let me go on Genius, find that exact lyric. Let's see. Test this out. Halt on the whole operation here. Drake, Family Matters.
bro, we can't be pausing stuff like this. We don't have ads.
Where's your uncle at? Because I want to speak to the man of the house. Part three, here we go. Yeah, just as it could be a reference to Auntie
I
Diaries.
just don't know what else
I
it
don't
would
know.
be. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
we
really care
s-
about that line.
we mentioned it earlier. The big thing that stood out from this track was the Kendrick's open his mouth. So let me go, or let me hand him somebody hand him a Grammy right now.
That's such a
The
funny
fact,
transition.
the fact that when I listen to this song, I can just hear in the back of my head and I'm gonna put my dick in it right now.
Okay, we don't need to bring that
Oh,
up.
actually,
We don't need to bring
I
that
was just
up.
gonna say, I was just gonna say, I was gonna say, I think this song kind of got the shit memed out of it, and I think it's really funny.
I think I do really like the song, but man, so many things don't work, man. There are just so many lines I can think of off the top of my head that just fall on their face. Like the why you rapping like you trying to get the slaves freed is so bad.
Yeah,
Why don't you go back to your hood and plant money trees is so bad. Any line talking about Kendrick hitting his wife. Like here's the thing with these diss battles is that you any good diss track takes the truth and extends it to exaggerate it and paint them as something more than they are, because it's a diss is really effective when you make someone look like a monster based off of some kind of truth, right? And you can't paint Kendrick as a domestic abuser if you have literally no proof behind it. It like falls on its face. Kendrick can call you a sexual trafficker, pedophile, even if you aren't, because Drake has had history with minors and had behaviors. Whether it's true or not, there's some sort of truth that makes it effective. So the whole center point of Family Matters in the way he disses Drake just doesn't work. And it's so odd. I don't know why he went with that approach.
I think that's like the real only like big dirt Kendrick has on his name that's like career ending was the whole rumors in like what 2013 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Uh
Just some random rumors.
yeah, that got like that didn't have any weight. Um and I think that's just kind of what he had to fall back on because Kendrick has like the whole, pedophile thing with just the things that people were talking about with Millie in him, his comment
Yeah,
on
just a bunch
Billy's
of shit.
Instagram, like it goes on and on. Um, but that's really the only thing you have on Kendrick, at least from like a public perspective. And it's the
I
one
think
just
this
one-off rumor.
I think this song, honestly, I think it's C tier.
You think it's C tier?
Yeah.
I'm
I
cool
feel
with that.
like though it's a stronger song than push ups, as a diss, it just completely fails. It's just not good.
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
Buried
Buried
Alive Part
Alive
2.
Part Two.
I think
I actually
it's
like this. I do like Buried
I
Alive Part Two. It's gonna be near the end of the tier list
yeah,
because like it's
it
not
held
like a
no
real
weight.
diss. But it's really funny. I like the way he just openly mocks Kendrick's voice and his flow on Buried Alive. I think that's really funny.
Yeah. Um,
That's all I have to say about it.
yeah, I barely remember anything from this. I remember I didn't even know the song was real until like a couple weeks ago when I saw someone posting about like how it's been a year since all of these came out. I'm like, there's no way I missed one of these songs. I was so into this beef when it was happening. Um, but it's cool, I guess. I think the
I
fact
just
that
found it
it's
like
so
deep.
forgettable, says a lot. So D tier.
Yeah, it's like fine.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah, this is S tier.
This is
Meet
S
the
tier.
Grams is one of the craziest listening experiences I've
I've
had in my
never
life.
heard
Maybe
more.
the
I've never heard more blood like thirst on a song
I
than this.
I need to go back to exactly what I was saying at the end of Family Matters. How you take something that is slightly truthful and completely exaggerate it. And that's what Kendrick perfectly did on this song. Taking all these weird experiences or weird things Drake has done with minors, taking the weird things he said about women, taking the like, him hiding a secret kid and stretching it out to be, how do you know he's not hiding more? All of these things are all rooted in some kind of truth that even if there's no evidence, it gets you to really think and believe all these things about Drake all over this sinister piano, like just this weird piano beat with Kendrick sounding like he wants to kill him himself right here. Just his bloodthirsty voice. It's just crazy.
Mm.
This is a perfect song.
So think. just going through like all the I guess letters he writes to people in the song, starting off with
Hmm.
Adonis right after Family Matters comes out, and Ken Draco's like, you mentioned, or well, I don't remember, you
You
mentioned
moved to
the
my city, now
seed,
deal with his
his
dad.
dad, yeah, okay, that's what he says. Starting off with Adonis 30 minutes after that comes out is crazy. Especially because Euphoria hints at this stuff too, with the Kendrick talking about how Drake doesn't like, teach his son any like religious values, and then going straight into going with to Adonis, which clearly like bothers Kendrick, or not bothers Kendrick, bothers Drake, I'm sorry. But the whole mentioning Adonis really bothers Drake, especially given the whole like Pusha T beef before, and like Adonis, like people bring up Adonis and Drake beefs is crazy. So and then what he writes to,
How he separates the entire track. He
yeah,
goes from Adonis
to
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 his
Drake's
mom,
mom,
to his
to Drake's
dad,
dad, to Drake's alleged
to
daughter,
to his alleged daughter,
to
and
Drake.
then to Drake himself.
It's so
Just
good.
the way he structures it is literally perfect. Just literally apologizing to his kids, apologizing to his mom, blaming his dad, and then end it all with this complete dissection of Drake's behaviors.
And
It's terrifying.
it's terrifying. Um, the Hey Baby Girl, like, dude, that was
Hey, baby
insane. I
girl.
remember hearing that and having to like re-listen because I couldn't believe what I had just heard. And the idea,
This is
because I mean,
where
we don't have any evidence behind this. I personally, I think Kendrick is probably telling the truth just because he has no reason to lie. He has no reason to
well,
lie.
no. Listen, I think this is exactly what I said earlier. I think the entire reason of this section is to take something that has already happened and stretch it into something where Kendrick is basically bringing up, look at this thing Drake has done. Why can't he do it again? He definitely could have done it. He
I
could
don't
have
know, bro.
tons of kids he doesn't know about that he's not sharing with the world. Like he literally ends the song. One of the final lines is, "You lied about them other babies, hoping that you come." I think the whole thing is painting this idea of something Drake has done, something Drake has already done, and saying this could definitely happen, and he could definitely have a kid. Kendrick could be telling the truth, but I think what is more than likely is Kendrick just trying to paint Drake in a way that's like, hey, look at what this guy has done. This guy is a freak. This guy is weird. This guy hit his kid. He'll do it again. He could be hiding one right now that you don't even know about. That's my headcanon. That's what I've thought
I
since like it released.
I do like that, and regardless of if it's true or not, the weight that that
It
part
doesn't
held
matter.
was insane. Like just like
Yeah,
watching
regardless
like
if it's true or
streamers and
not,
stuff react to that line is nuts. Um,
the weight it still holds, regardless of its
and
truth,
it's so
still
eerie.
hits.
The way he says "Hey baby girl" is so eerie on this track. Um,
Yeah,
Also, side
the
note, I
perfect
love hearing
distraction.
him, glaze Mr. Morale, aka his best album, um, in the song. I
Yeah, sure,
love the
buddy.
Mr. Morale mention. Um, it's pretty fire.
It's such a funny thing to take away from
Bro, it
this.
is, but Mr. Morale's goated, bro. He's right about that. I don't
All
really
right,
know what
let's
else to
move
say.
on
This is
then.
just like it's perfect. S tier.
Yeah, it's great.
Not like us,
And I
bro.
think I think Not Like Us has to be S tier.
Yeah, there's no
It
way.
kind of hits everything out of the park. I mean, I feel like there's nothing left to say about Not Like Us.
Yeah, it took the
You
world
know,
by storm, like fastest growing rap song of all time. Iconic.
it's like honestly the catchiest rap song I've ever heard in my life. This shit is ridiculous. I don't know how he made this.
Bunch of memorable lines. Like I think this is like easily the most memorable song of the beef, but just like the
Yeah, you
jabs
can
alone,
quote
Baka,
everything.
the colonizer. A minor. The whole I love the I think it's the final like verse where he goes through all of the stuff Drake has did to you
His
know
colonization
yeah,
of Atlanta.
colonization, just uh taking advantage, I guess, taking advantage of the
Well,
rap scene. I don't, or yeah,
using
using is the better
Atlanta
way.
rappers. But yeah, like the structure of the song, he starts it with the easy jabs, which is just, haha, Drake's a pedophile. Go into the second part, which is probably the best rapping performance of the whole beef. Um, and like he's just attacking Drake from a bunch of different lenses. I like the Lil Wayne part. That's probably my favorite. And then the third part, just going all in on Drake taking advantage of the Atlanta scene and Atlanta rappers, naming them one by one and how he used them. It's so effective.
And that ending part, the 8 8 8 8 run for your life. Such a fun
And then
song.
this is definitely going to end as probably Kendrick's biggest song ever. Like
Most
the
definitely.
impact that this has had and will continue to have is like just undeniable.
Yeah, and
It's phenomenal.
we saw Kendrick live a few, or I guess a week ago,
In
and
Atlanta.
in Atlanta, and hearing like people, like the whole stadium just like scream, like
Yeah.
everyone knows this song like word for word. It's insane. Just like an
What
incredible song. Definitely, this is everything you want out of a diss track. Like, I prefer Euphoria, Meet the Grams like that, but this is the perfect diss track.
I do also want to say, when we take in narratives around this whole rap battle within the hip hop community, before like the beef like really started, around like that 7 minute drill area where everyone was talking about what could happen, everyone thought like Kendrick was probably going to make like the really deep song and then Drake was going to come out with a hit. If Drake was going to win the battle, he was going to make a hit in Kendrick. And then Kendrick came out
And made the
with
hit.
fucking Not Like Us, probably the biggest hit of his entire career. And that's fucking crazy, man.
I think Luther's outpacing it though right now. I
Yeah,
think.
I don't know. We'll
Luther's at
see.
like
I
700
mean,
million streams
Luther's
already.
newer, to be fair.
What's
So
that?
Luther's newer, to be fair, so
Yeah,
it's
it
going to
could
be
slow
bigger
down. It
right
could slow
now.
down.
But I think in the long run, Not Like Us is probably going to be his biggest song of all time.
True. Heart Part 6. This song sucks. I remember
Yeah, the
hearing
song's
this
so
after
trash.
Not Like Us came out, and I could not care less. The way he contradicts himself, the complete misread of Mother I Sober is like tragic. Like no media literacy.
I
This
just want to
is
know what was going through his head when he said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get him here. Everyone's gonna like it when I make fun of Kendrick Lamar being molested."
it's
Like it was so weird.
crazy. He doesn't flow well in this song at all. Like
Yeah,
this
nah.
sounds like one of like
You
the
can tell he's
throwaway.
exhausted.
Yeah, it's like I feel like on every Drake album now, like it's so bloated, and like you have like a couple good songs, and then you have like this just filler that's just like the most boring thing ever. This feels like if you had to like put like the Drake like songs, like the beef songs, into like a little EP, this feels like one of those like those filler sleepy songs that you forget about the day after you listen to it.
Yeah,
um
that's another crime with this beat. When it starts and the beat starts going, you think, "Oh my god, this he's about to slide on this." But it's so
yeah, he
boring.
like fumbles it
It's such
completely.
a boring song.
I remember hearing this and thinking like, man, this is what it sounds like when Drake writes a song by himself, bro. He had to beat the ghostwriter allegations, and he tried to make
It's
something by himself, and because it just sounds bad. He doesn't flow
it's
well.
also
Bars are not
embarrassing.
clever.
It's so embarrassing that in the same song he talks about how he fed Kendrick's camp the information while also calling whoever fed them the information clowns. it's so obvious that Drake was just completely taken like by surprise and just astonished by Meet the Grams and Not Like Us. And this is him on just full defense and he just fumbles. Like he just knows there's nothing he can do. He even has to end the battle surrendering.
Yeah, it's extremely
Like
embarrassing putting out the last song of the beef and still losing. Like I think that's like the
it's
most
bad.
embarrassing part about this song. I think it's an easy F tier, without a doubt.
Like
Like I don't
was
know where else you
was
could put it.
something the final song of a battle should be the kill shot, but for Drake it was just throwing up the white flag. That just sucks.
Yeah, it's bad. Do we want to rank BBL Drizzy or nah?
I don't
I
really got any
I
thoughts
don't
on it. It was
I it's
funny.
fun. It's really funny. I liked what Metro did with it. I think it's really funny that Drake slid on it. That's like the most Drake thing ever. Um
You honestly, it does. It's a little less effective when Drake takes a song and absolutely slides on it,
yeah, Drake
which is
slid
the
on that.
thing.
That was such a funny feature to listen to. But it was cool. But like I don't consider
Yeah,
it part of the rap beef.
I
So
put it
I'm
D
not
tier. I
gonna
think of it the same way as I do
I
Buried
I'm
Alive
just not
Part
gonna
2.
rank it. I don't think it's part of the rap beef. I think it's funny. But I mean, if we were gonna
Fair
rank
enough.
this, we would start ranking like Show of Hands, We Don't Trust You, all of that stuff that came
Yeah, I
out.
guess.
So, but I think this is a solid list. I think we agreed on a lot of this stuff, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Made it easy to slide on. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're posting in 3 days, so we'll see y'all then.